Okay, coming back at you with the great other fall spectacular recipe. Now, if you're like not a huge cook and you don't want to get overwhelmed, and you're like, but I really want to bring like kind of a fun appetizer to a party, or you just want to make it, for holidays or with your family, whatever. In any case, this is a great recipe, apple brie crostini. So we have both here. So we have some gluten-free crackers, just in case you have somebody who's gluten-free, and then we also have just some regular crostini. So our ingredients here are fig jam. You can find that at most grocery stores. If not, you could use apple butter. We've used that before too. So that's, has a really nice kind of fall flavor. Or there's other there's I think a cherry. There's all these kind of fun, kind of rich, preserves that you can put on there. This is like kind of a, I want to call it like a sour sweet type of recipe. So you spread it on there, and you want to be, kind of relatively generous, because it kind of really, oh, that one broke, that's okay. Adds, kind of a really nice flavor here. So there goes your, and two more here. Okay, so as you can see, a decent amount on there. One more. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put on some brie. So I'm just gonna slice the brie. Now, you definitely kind of want to be relatively generous here. I mean, you're not having 6 of these. Well, maybe, I don't know, depending on kind of how much you like them, I guess, right? So I'm gonna slice up our cheese here. And anytime, I feel like it's holiday time, I feel like the brie comes out, right? Okay, let me go a little bit smaller, because these crackers are a little bit smaller. So I'll put this one here and this one here. Okay, so now these are going to go on a little sheet tray here, and they're going to go in the oven. So now this is the kind of thing where you definitely can't walk away. Don't get too carried away in your little, kind of holiday cocktail or whatever it may be. But so we're going to stick these in the oven. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to slice up a green apple here. And they're going to go on top, along with a little drizzle of honey and some crunchy walnuts. All right, so we'll be right back after this brie melts. Okay, so the brie's in the oven. So we're going to slice up the apple. Now, this is the kind of thing where you want the apple to be pretty thin. So in order to do the apple, it's very kind of wobbly here, right? So we want to keep this safe. So we're going to cut off the bottom so it's nice and flat, okay? The core is right in the center. So we're going to cut around the core. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the core's gone. Okay, so we're done with the core. So you can take these pieces here, just like this, and you're going to slice them really thin. And they're going to go on top of the little crostini. So that's going here. So it's a little bit thicker, so we're going to go with this one here. Now, if for some reason you only had, gala apples, or you had Honeycrisp, I mean, that's fine. Use whatever apples you want. This just happens to be a little bit tartar, the Granny Smith, so I thought, that would be a good, kind of option to go with kind of the sweetness, and it would be like a nice balance. Even if you put oh my gosh, I was at this restaurant, they had this black salt, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is heavenly. So maybe which I haven't done on this yet, but a little sprinkle of, some flaky salt or something, kind of all those kind of salty, sweet, kind of crunchy flavors, I think would be really yummy. So let me take a look real quick. Hold on. Not quite. But I also didn't put the oven too hot, because I didn't want to burn them. Because I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I don't want to burn them. I'm not burn them, but I don't want the brie to melt too much. So I'll pull them out in a minute, and we'll come right back to you. Okay, I think they're ready, so we're going to take a look here. And again, remember, you can't walk away with these. You have to kind of keep focused. It's not always easy, right? But we're going to stay focused. Okay, so take a look. This is actually perfect. Sometimes they've oozed off of the cracker, or the crostini, and then kind of gotten too cooked. So now you take your apple. We're going to put the apple kind of right on top here. We're eating the apple during our break, so I think I have enough. Okay, yeah, we do. Okay, so now we have our yummy honey. So take your honey. This honey was kind of in the fridge, which is going to take a while to come off. Yeah, that's a lot, but that's okay. So my daughter put the honey in the fridge, which the honey doesn't need to go in the fridge. We were just kind of organizing, getting everything ready here, but you're going to get the idea here. So the honey's going to come off. And then what's going to happen is the honey is actually going to be the glue for the, it's going to be the glue for the walnuts. So just take a look at that. Let me show you. I'm having a little hard time with the honey there. I think you're getting the idea here. So you take this and then like, you know, so that'll stick. The walnuts will stick because of the honey. So this is kind of the idea here. This is a good one. So you take a look here. So we have this kind of yummy, like kind of crisp cracker and crisp apple with kind of the melted cheese and the fig jam. Let's go and take a taste. Good. Now, actually, the salt that's on the crostini gives you that like kind of salty, sweet, crunchy texture and flavor. It's really yummy. So just a quick review. Have the crostini, the fig jam, or any kind of preserves that you like. The brie. You could probably do blue cheese too. Don't tell anyone I told you that. The cheese, bake it so it gets melted. Take it out. Add your apple, or you could even do pear, right? Your honey when it's not cold. And then your crunchy nuts. If you don't like nuts, you don't have to do any nuts. You could do seeds. But I like the honey on there because it, you know, kind of is, again, the glue. And then serve it up. This was not that hard. Give it a try, my friends.